Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Bunk'd Season 4, Episode 7, and The Wildest Dreams. Not dreams, screams, and The Wildest Screams. So this episode takes place in the 4th season when they had the huge shakeup of the cast. And they added new cast members in the 3rd season. Then in the 4th season, they added more new characters. And Gwen, my favorite character on this show, was added to the 4th season. And so, the thing about Gwen is that her family lived off the grid. She never really messed around with electronics, the internet, never went to a real school, and she does things completely different than the rest of the kids, and they think she's weird because of it. So in this episode, she's at a little bench table and everything, and all of a sudden, God, what's that one new girl name? It's not Haley, I don't think. Oh man, I forgot her name. It's the girl who's kind of like stuck up and everything, and was a little mean when she showed up the first time. Not Destiny, but the other girl. Man, I totally forgot her name. It'll come to me later. So anyway, and if it don't, then I'll just link it below. Anyway, so they tell her that they found her little weird voodoo doll looking thing that she calls Cuddles, and she said it's part of this spiritual ritual thing, and the reason why she buried it was because it has a curse and stuff like that. And so she's really upset that they dug it up and gave it to her and stuff. And so Lou is telling the rest of the campers that they're gonna start wearing uniforms. Mateo, he does not like this at all because he hates wearing uniforms. He likes being different, and he went to a school that had uniforms. When it comes to Mateo, man, I can't believe who his sister is, Delilah, who played Agent Olive in Odd Squad. I had no idea. She was also an Ann with the E. Anyway, so Finn, he's the new kid, and he just likes being dirty and smelly and everything like that. Destiny's the preppy girl with the curly blonde hair who always doing beauty pageants. Ava, that's her name, Ava. Ava was with Destiny, and Ava helped dig up the little doll and stuff like that. She's the stuck-up, selfish girl. And so, they're making fun of Gwen, talking about how silly she is, and it really hurts her feelings. They said, you have such weird superstitions and all this other stuff, and, she likes to spit on coins and whistle at graves and stuff like that. But Finn's all you think trees are alive. Mateo's all that's true. And stuff. And he's all man, woodpeckers are vicious. So then all of a sudden we see a scene where Ava and Destiny are asleep. They wake up, and the first thing when I saw this, I'm okay, it must be a dream episode or something, you know what I'm saying? And so Gwen is acting really weird and creepy, and she's now playing with her little Cuddles doll, which, by the way, Cuddles is like a blackface character. I'm just saying, with the big red lips and stuff. And she's doing weird things where she's combing its hair. She's trying to feed it food. And she's constantly looking at everybody else with this creepy, scary look on her face. And this weird grin, because, they made fun of her and stuff. And then at some point, she starts getting, revenge on them. Cuddles is making, the doors open automatically. And just weird paranormal stuff. So then, at some point, So at some point, Ava goes missing when Lou is talking to her. And then Lou's all well, where'd Ava go? And then Gwen's all go outside and you'll see her. She's on a totem pole and everything. Her head is. And then the rest of the camper's head faces on the totem pole. It freaks Lou out. So at one point, Gwen is sleeping and Lou sneaks inside her bunk. And so she takes Cuddles and everything. And she decides she's gonna like get rid of Cuddles and now like break the curse, and then the campers will be like free from a totem pole. So Gwen is sleeping in the bed and she takes the doll. As soon as she goes outside, Gwen is now outside staring her down. And she's just like, well, how did you get from there to there? And then so she's all like threatening Lou, and Lou's like, well, whatever. She takes like Cuddles and she throws her in the fire, and the fire turns green. And she's like, I've broken the curse. And now, ta-da, the kids are gonna be free. And then she says it like 3 times. She's like, why aren't they free? Didn't you hear my ta-das? But then, like, all of a sudden, Gwen is all like, something, something, something. And then Lou turns into Cuddles. She has these weird bug eyes, and she has these, like, hands that are made out of, like, trees and stuff and sticks. And she's freaking out and everything. And it's, like, creepy, especially the big old eyes and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Destiny, Gwen, Lou, and Ava, they all wake up. They had the same nightmare. Somehow the voodoo doll linked all their dreams together. And it was like freaky, man. But then this is the weirdest thing. The Cuddles doll, it's outside still. So Mateo sees it and he brings it back to his bunk. And then the guys, they start like having the same dream. And Mateo sees, what's his name? Ooh, God, what is his name? The guy who wants to be like an actor. It's not Finn. Boy, I forgot his name. Just that, Noah. So he sees Noah, and Noah wakes up and he's talking in a weird robotic way. And then, so next thing you know, these 2 scientists come in. Mateo's pretending to be asleep, and then they take robotic Noah and then they bring back the real Noah. And so Mateo's all like, man, where were you? And then you see the scientists. He's like, man, what are you talking about? He's all like, it was like a fake you, and then these scientists, and they brought in the real you and all this other stuff. And he's all like, man, you just like dreaming or whatever. So Finn and Mateo the next day, he's telling them the story. And then he believes that Noah is a robot. So like he sees like sparks coming from him or something like that. So then he makes like a chair out of magnets, and Noah is like stuck to it, right? And he's all like, haha, you are a robot, because this chair is made out of like magnets and you're made out of metal. He's all like, no, I just have keys in my pants and everything. And so he takes water and he splashes it on Noah, and he starts like sparking, circuiting out. And then next thing you know, he goes into like the little the place where they eat and everything. And so all the students, all the campers, they now have uniforms on. And he tells Lou, and Lou takes out a device and she like clicks it, and everybody stops moving. All of the kids have now been turned to robots. And now she wants Mateo and Finn, so they run outside. And Mateo's just like scared. But then Finn starts sparking. He's all like, well, hold up. My best friend's a robot too? So they going closer and closer. So anyway, at some point in time, they wake up. And the boys all like, oh my God, we shared the same dream. So they run out screaming. The girls come out. And then he's all like, how did we share the same dream? So like, it's that Cuddles doll. Then all of a sudden, like they hear this weird cackling noise and somebody's talking to them. It's Cuddles, and it's a creepy voice. And then so next thing you know, they run inside the girls' bunk, and then Cuddles' arms turn like huge and bust through like the window. And then they all wake up near the campfire, and they all had the same dream again. Apparently, this is not no dream episode. They really are sharing the same dream from this voodoo doll thing. So at the end of the episode, so towards the end of the episode, Gwen tells them straight up, y'all hurt my feelings and all this other stuff. This is when they was in the dream thing, and like how it's not fair because you know she's different, and they realized, oh, you know, they was wrong and like stuff like that. So then, like she goes and she reburies like the little voodoo doll thingy. I gotta say, this was like a really creepy episode, way better than Kiki or the Camp Kiki slasher thing. But I'm surprised that they didn't like put like a disclaimer talking about how like spooky this is for like little kids. 'Cause they did that for the slasher one. But oh well, it was still all in all a good episode. And I was so happy that Gwen got some time to shine in this episode and stuff. That wasn't that spooky. Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.